sequence that I'm going to show you right now is one of the hardest alternate picking sequences I've ever come about. But the reason why I'm giving it to you or showing you what it is, because you probably know it already, at least by ear, is that it really develops your alternate picking skills when it comes to the ability to play almost anything using this pick. We're not so focused on the left hand. It has its challenges playing this sequence, but the right hand is really learning, and it's learning rapidly when we do this sequence, because it has, all kinds of little combinations of inside, outside, string shift, double string shift, and one-time string shift. So it's really a challenge, but that makes it perfect for developing the ability to, play melodic work and semi-fast stuff, because you get all those movements in. So let's take a look at it. This sequence is a classical one, and you might know it already. Let's try and analyze what happens when we play it with alternate picking. This is the key of C major scale. I start in the 15th, the 13th, and the 12th fret on both the high E string and the B string, and I play 4 notes down from the top note, starting with the downstroke. This gives me a string shift in the end, an inside string shift, moving between the strings here. So 15, 13, 12, and 15 on the B string there. Right? And then right after that, I play the next 4 notes, and I do that by picking the note below the one I started with. So this would be the 13th fret on the E string, and I play 4 notes from there. That gives me 2 notes on that string and 2 notes on the next. Right? And here I had 3 notes there, and then 1 note there. And then, right? But what that also gives me, the combination of the two, is that it gives me a double string shift. So I go, and then an inside string shift, and then right back to the E string right away. And then 2 notes on that, and a string shift, and 2 notes on that. So I get this, right? I get that movement. So that now I get to practice that. Double string shift, 2 notes on E string, and then I go right back to the E string, and then I hit the 3rd note there. This is the top. I started there, then went to that, and then this is it, and then 4 notes down from that. All right, then I get the same combination of 3 notes here and 1 note there. Get that same, but it's reversed, so I get 1 note there and 3 notes here, right? So now I have 3. I have the, and then. And I can loop that and make that my practice loop, because I have 3 different challenges in here, or more than that. I have inside string shift, 3 inside string shift, double string shift. Because I have 3 notes on each string, but I'm playing with a picking technique where I have 2, up, down. And that adds up to all kinds of weird combinations, because the 2 has to fit the 3, and so we get this cool complexity here. What you can then do now to create a really cool exercise is that you can go down to the next position, and then you can reverse the whole thing. Sorry, I just kicked the camera there. You can reverse the whole thing. So you have the 10th, the 12th, and the 13th fret. Let me just play the whole thing here. Right? So let's just say you got this down. Right? Then you go all the way down 10, 12, and 13, and 10, 12, and 13 on the E string as well. And then you go up 4 notes from the lowest note, and you start with the downstroke. And then you return to the note right after the first one we started with, which is the 12th fret on the B string. And then you play, which becomes 2 notes on each string, right? And then you return to the 3rd note from the one we started with, which is the 13th fret on the string, and play 4 notes up from that. Now you have the reverse challenge, and you have outside string shifting suddenly, and you have a double string shift and a single outside string shift. So we really get to pack some challenges in there. And the cool thing about this exercise is that don't try to play it fast. Try to play it accurately and beautifully, so you get the notes. Because it really gives you this ability to to play melodic lines and having that flexibility in your right hand that really allows you to play whatever combination of inside, outside string shift and double string shift and any combination of how many notes on each string before you move on to the next. So this exercise or sequence is not only melodically extremely useful, it's also an amazing exercise when it comes to developing that dexterity of alternate picking in the right hand. But the last thing you can do to really amp things up a bit is that you can start with an upstroke on the first one instead of a downstroke. So, and the same thing down here, you start with an upstroke. So you go, which will really reverse the whole thing and cover you when it comes to, almost all possible combinations of notes on a single string and string shifts.